the old saying, which we all know again, enjoy what you're doing and you won't work a day in your life. Find the area of the business that you enjoy most as an entrepreneur and let the professionals on your team do the rest of the work. That's my recipe for success.
Baruch, we've been spending quite some time talking about the benefits in the corporate world for a company that goes out of their way to reflect and recognize the appreciation that they have, that they should have, and that they most realize it and do have for their customers. So, let's talk about retention. We touched on this earlier in the show, but it's such a critical aspect. We know it's so much more expensive and so much more maintenance that has to go in to land a new client than to retain a client. And part of retaining a client is, of course, servicing them to the nth degree, but surprising them with a gift, showing them that you really care about them. I understand that that's something that you really specialize in at Lilac and Crème. Can you give some perspective on that?
Yes, it's good that you bring that up. I actually recently saw a statistic that says that 34% would leave because of lack of customer service, while a lesser amount leave only because of competitor pricing. Meaning less people will leave you to the competition because they think they might get a better price
than a customer service.
Right. I mean, a customer service issue is more of a reason for the for the client to leave
pricing.
Than pricing.
That's a fascinating statistic that you saw, because people would normally think like, okay,
if it's cheaper, I'll go somewhere else.
Right.
But that connection, that relationship that you get with the customer, will usually supersede their perceived or even actual better pricing that they'll get somewhere else. And that's something that clearly comes across in gifting and expressing appreciation.
Perhaps I could put you on the spot with this question. Okay. Do you ever get feedback? I mean, I imagine you wouldn't, but I just have to ask it. Of a company that, let's say, used to send your gift each year to either their clients or their team, and then they paused for whatever reason. But then they came back, or you got feedback about it. Is that something that you would get feedback on?
Interesting you asked that question. We actually have this. You're getting my mind again. I'm appreciating your questions because you're getting my mind running.
Thank you.
But the answer to that question is a resounding yes. We actually had on more than one occasion.
Okay.
But there's two occasions that are sticking out of my head right now as I speak. Of one was actually a company that sent to their employees, and one was a company that sent to their clients.
Okay.
On two separate occasions. Okay. Interestingly enough, where we got phone calls before the gift giving season, are we getting a Lilac and Crème this year again?
They're calling
Believe it or not, they called us
Rick, they're too embarrassed to call
They don't want, exactly. They don't want to call the sender to find out if they're getting it. They called us in and said, we got one last year from so-and-so. Are we getting another one this year? That happened before the gift-giving season. And then this one I remember clearly happened after the season, where a recipient called, almost upset at us. She was, a company sent to a client.
Right.
And the client was almost, upset at us at Lilac and Crème. So last year I got this magnificent cheesecake from the so-and-so, and I was waiting for it this year, and they sent me a recipe book. I'm like, just couldn't you convince them? I don't need another recipe book or another picture frame or whatever gadget they're going to send. And it's very nice that they did, but why didn't they send me the cheesecake again? Which gets me thinking to something I don't think we spoke about gift giving is very, very good about the uniqueness of giving food as a gift.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if we spoke about that.
No, it did not come up.
And we all know this, that food is a connector, so to speak. You go out for lunch together, you have a cup of coffee together, having a bite together. There's a certain bond that's formulated through food. Now, it doesn't have to. It's not necessarily in person. This is what we're stretching it to. Is not. Again, this is an old concept. There's a food gift where that person is ingesting and actually enjoying something that they received from you. So the food gifting has a very, very personal touch to it. Now, cheesecake in particular, we'll go into that, is being that it's a universally appreciated thing. When you're scratching your head, what can I send my employee? What can I send my client? What can I send my prospect? And you try to, what is it that they'll appreciate? What do they need? What do they want? A cheesecake is a pretty universal thing.
That's
Everyone,
across the
unique.
board.
It's a special thing. It's not like a brownie that you'll pick up in the grocery. It's not a typical food that you'll make or buy yourself, treat yourself to on a regular basis, but it's something that across the board is appreciated. So that's very, very unique. It's food, but it's a unique kind of food that you can gift someone, and more chances than not, you're hitting it.
Baruch, the listenership of this show is primarily small to medium-sized business owners and executives. What final takeaway could you share from your experience in the business world with the listeners of Mind Your Business?
That's a great question. I'll try to make it as quick as possible. The old saying, which we all know again, enjoy what you're doing and you won't work a day in your life. Find the area of the business that you enjoy most as an entrepreneur and let the professionals on your team do the rest of the work. That's my recipe for success.
I love the honor of interviewing C-level executives and sharing their great advice and perspective on Mind Your Business. I'd love to get your feedback. Post it in the comments below and subscribe. You'll never miss an edition of Mind Your Business.